fellow Starcraft 2 enthusiasts. What's going on? This is Rapt, also known as Ugadma. This game right here, I believe it is the first of my 5 placement matches for the most recent ladder reset. I'm over here playing as the Blue Terran Swarm, facing off against MyNamesJames as the Red Terran. Just going ahead to wish him good luck right there. He returns the favor. Always good to start off a Starcraft 2 game with little to no harsh words. One thing I've noticed about the BattleNet for Starcraft 2 right now is it's not bad as far as like running into trolls or just, you know, playing with dicks generally. Most of the players are mature for the most part, but it is BattleNet, so you are going to run into some questionable characters every now and then. But yeah, my point is, compared to some of the BattleNet communities in the past, especially like the World of Warcraft community, for example, the beta BattleNet is not too terrible. There's my scouting drone. I'm going to see that supply depot. MyNamesJames, he could afford to make a barracks right now, but it looks like he got a very early refinery, so we may see some Reapers perhaps. My drone was losing that fight with the SCV, so I'm forced to pull back, I should say. Continuing to try to do some scouting here at the back of the Terran base. Going to see that refinery. Don't think it'll make too much of a difference. And if this drone doubles back one more time, it does get taken down. My spawning pool is up a little bit early at around 13 supply. But it looks like I'm going to be trying for that macro build that I am very familiar with. Certainly you guys have noticed the pattern with my Zerg gameplay where I only really know how to open with that 14 pool, 15 hatchery, so I would very much expect me to do it again this game. Double barracks actually from MyNamesJames right when my first expansion hatchery goes down. Actually, MyNamesJames cancelled his barracks and has repositioned it up here to wall off his front door. This game so far seems to be another one of those situations where my opponent doesn't have a very great build order, and actually right now he's got no military units in play, so I mean, if I had scouted him a bit better and if I had known to take initiative, well yeah, once again, this is one of those games where I could have taken advantage of my opponent's poor play. Right now, he also hasn't got his orbital command just yet. Instead of getting his command, he got a second refinery, so not only is his economy hurting, but yeah, his build order is quite weak as well. Myself, I'm now starting to operate off of double gas, so I'm working towards some sort of gas-heavy build. Hopefully that will work to my advantage, considering MyNamesJames is going to be a little bit delayed. That factory is complete. Not dropping a tech lab as of yet. Content to just protect his front door with a total of 3 Marines. I have a spine crawler queued up over yonder. And it looks like I'm just getting a handful of Zerglings out to block off my ramp. Operating off of 1 Queen right now would probably help to get a second one. And currently I'm using these 4 Zerglings to test the integrity of James's front door. I think you all know the outcome of this and what it's going to be. 4 Zerglings to 4 Marines can only really end one way. Finally, there's that orbital command. James needs to put 2 more SCVs onto this gas to make it become fully effective. But we have no add-ons to that factory. He seems to have fast techs to a starport, and yeah, I would expect Banshees from James, as that tech lab does usually call for. 1 Zergling dying. His buddies know that that's not the direction they want to be going. Looks like they're going to be heading back to the base. Trying to fan it with my overlords to get some level of map control. I don't think I have lair tech. Lair tech is almost halfway completed. Trying to keep up with my spawn larva. Not doing a terrible job as this queen is sitting on 12 energy. But yeah, there's a second queen. That second queen being pretty key at this stage of the game. Switching to the unit count, thankfully I am ahead on the harvesters. I have 22 drones to the Terran player's 17, but he does have those mules, so as a result the income is pretty close right now. So I have actually researching carapace upgrades and actually dropping a baneling nest, so I'm not very familiar or comfortable with baneling play by any stretch of the imagination really, but I've chosen to go for this baneling nest, hopefully going to bust open this front door. In theory, I could focus down the supply depot and maybe try to chip away at a barracks, and that would make this front door very much exposed. It's going to take a lot of banelings to make that happen though. I have a group of zerglings here with speed. I think my only option right now as a Zerg player is tech to a Nidus drop or baneling bust this door. Nidus drop or Overlord drop, I should say. But yeah, right now I'm going banelings to infestors, running off of 2 hatcheries with speedlings, so this infestation pit is also relatively exposed. Either way, I think I'm letting the Terran player feel a little bit too comfortable. Repositioning this barracks here to drop a tech lab, he may be going for some marauders. But yeah, we do have some banshees coming out from the starports. Just dropping some creep here at the Terran player's natural expansion to delay that for the time being. But yeah, we've got 2 idle banshees. Cloak is almost finished, and I would imagine that James is going to push out with these banshees as soon as that upgrade is complete. Here's my first group of banelings. I'm probably going to need a lot more if I want to bust open this front door. Looks like I have more zerglings queued up. My second position here is not very well saturated. This position here is nicely saturated, thankfully, and I haven't upgraded the centrifugal hooks. That movement speed bonus is so important for the banelings, and I think it would be a mistake here to move out with these banelings without that upgrade. So I'm showing a little bit of inexperience as far as properly controlling these banelings. I don't think I remember getting the movement speed bonus in this game, so that's a huge mistake as a Zerg player. I'm also letting my mineral count get a little bit too high. It looks like I'm trying to liquidate this through... I have dropped a spire, so I think my mindset is I'm going to try to get rid of this gas with some meadlisks. Also getting the infestor energy upgrade, which is a little curious because I don't have any infestors in play just yet, although I have probably 1 or 2 in the making. Yeah, a total of 3 infestors coming out actually. But these banshees are now on the way. And as you guys can see for yourselves, I have very limited anti-air. My entire anti-air right now is just these 2 queens who have an uncomfortably large amount of energy. So as a Zerg player, I'm not in a very great position. I'm trying to sneak in a high yield hatchery right over yonder, but there are 3 banshees in the air and they are being microed pretty decent. I think though I was able to catch these banshees with my overlords, so I'm trying to get some queens in position. I have a very strange army composition though: banelings, zerglings, infestors, and queens. These banshees though, taking their time and going right to the core of my mineral line, trying to get these drones out of position, pulling them away as fast as I can. These banshees now are going to try to focus down my lair, it looks like. Bringing over this 1 queen, trying to focus